You've probably heard of names like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and Apple. But did you know that behind their immense success lies a series of bold decisions? Moments of failure that seemed inevitable at the time? In this story, we'll explore the journey of a man who risked it all for the future, even when no one believed he could create a breakthrough. A daring move, a vision unlike any other, and the world was never the same again. You're probably wondering, can one person really change an entire industry? Or even the way we think about technology? Let's dive into the inspiring journey of Elon Musk and his bold bet on Tesla. In the mid-2000s, when the world was still cruising along with gasoline-powered cars, Elon Musk made a bet so risky, so bold, that it seemed almost reckless. He invested a huge chunk of his personal fortune into an electric car company that barely had a foothold in the market, Tesla Motors. To most people, the idea of electric vehicles, EVs, was laughable. They were expensive, impractical, and had a range that couldn't even compare to traditional cars. Many dismissed EVs as a niche experiment with little hope of mass adoption. But Musk wasn't like most people. He didn't see the world as it was. He saw it as it could be. His vision was clear. Electric cars weren't just the future, they could disrupt the entire automotive industry. Musk wasn't just trying to make electric cars, he was out to prove that they could be faster, more powerful, and just as desirable as their gas-guzzling counterparts. And he wasn't about to let anything stop him from achieving that dream. Tesla's early years were far from smooth. The company was plagued with financial struggles, production delays, and constant skepticism. It didn't take long for people to wonder if Musk had made the biggest mistake of his life. Tesla nearly went bankrupt several times. Musk was putting everything he had into the company, even pouring his own money into it when investors had begun to doubt its viability. There were moments when the odds seemed insurmountable, when the future of electric vehicles felt like nothing more than a pipe dream. But Elon Musk had a vision, and he wasn't about to give up on it. He pushed Tesla to innovate at every turn, from making their cars sleek and high performance to developing groundbreaking technologies. Then came the Model S. A luxury electric sedan that could travel over 300 miles on a single charge. That's when things began to change. The Model S wasn't just an electric car, it was a game changer. Despite the persistent doubts surrounding Tesla, Musk was relentless. He tackled one challenge after another. At first, people couldn't see how electric cars could ever compete with gas-powered ones. But Musk wasn't just making a car, he was creating an ecosystem. He built a network of Tesla superchargers so drivers could recharge on long trips, easing the range anxiety that plagued EVs at the time. His innovative approach wasn't just about the cars themselves. It was about making sure the world was ready for them. And the world began to take notice. It wasn't just that Tesla was building incredible cars, it was that Musk was shaking up an entire industry. Rather than relying on the traditional dealership model, Tesla went direct to consumer, selling cars online and through company-owned showrooms. This gave Tesla more control over the customer experience and allowed it to keep prices competitive. Musk's focus on improving battery technology was just as groundbreaking. He invested in gigafactories to produce high-capacity lithium-ion batteries, making electric vehicles more affordable and efficient. Through all of this, Musk's faith in the future of electric vehicles never wavered. Even when the company was on the brink, when the critics were loudest, and when the road ahead seemed impossible, he stayed focused on his long-term vision. And little by little, Tesla began to transform. It went from being an underdog in a fiercely competitive market to the dominant player in the electric vehicle industry. By 2020, Tesla had achieved a market capitalization of over $700 billion. It became one of the most valuable car manufacturers in the world, and its stock price skyrocketed. But the impact of Tesla went beyond just Musk's wealth, it was changing the world. With its electric cars, solar products, and energy storage solutions, Tesla wasn't just shaping the future of transportation. It was leading the charge in the clean energy revolution, proving that sustainability and profitability could go hand in hand. The lesson here isn't just about electric cars. It's about vision. It's about perseverance in the face of doubt. And it's about the power of innovation to disrupt industries and change the world. Musk took a huge personal risk. He put his fortune on the line, but his bet paid off because he dared to believe in a future that others couldn't see. Elon Musk's journey with Tesla teaches us that the road to success is never straight. There will be challenges, there will be failures. And there will be moments when giving up seems like the easiest option. But if you can hold on to your vision, if you can push through the doubts and the setbacks, then you have the chance to change the world. And in the end, that's exactly what Musk did. He didn't just build a car company, he built a movement. One that's still accelerating toward a future where sustainability isn't just an ideal, but a reality. Tesla didn't just disrupt the auto industry. It set the world on a new path, proving that bold risks and visionary thinking can create a lasting legacy. So, after all the risks and breakthroughs in the tech world, have you ever wondered what makes a company go from a tiny idea in a garage to a giant in its field? How did a visionary like Steve Jobs see the potential in personal computers when the world hadn't even grasped the idea? It was all about a vision, a relentless drive. And the next story will tell us about one of those rare individuals who had the power to change the world, Steve Jobs and the birth of Apple. Let's now explore this challenging yet magical journey, where creativity and bold decisions didn't just build a company but completely changed the way we interact with technology. It was 1976 when a young, ambitious Steve Jobs, alongside his brilliant partner Steve Wozniak and their friend Ronald Wayne, founded a small company called Apple Computer in a garage. At the time, the world was still unfamiliar with the idea of personal computers. They were big, clunky machines used only by businesses and a few tech enthusiasts. But Jobs and Wozniak had something different in mind. They envisioned a world where computers could be personal, accessible, and even beautiful. Their first product, the Apple I, was a simple kit that required users to assemble it themselves. While it didn't spark the kind of revolution they hoped for, it was a seed planted for what was to come. The true breakthrough came just a year later in 1977 with the Apple II. Unlike its predecessor, the Apple II was a fully assembled, ready-to-use personal computer. It was sleek. It had color graphics, and it was user-friendly. This wasn't just for tech experts, this was for everyone. The Apple II didn't just change the game, it created the game. It became a massive success, opening the door for Apple's rise in the tech world. Then, in 1984, came the Macintosh. This wasn't just another computer, it was a revolution. Under Jobs' leadership, Apple introduced the world to the graphical user interface, GUI. No longer did you need to type commands in a cryptic language. The Mac was intuitive, it was human. And it was unlike anything anyone had ever seen. It was a machine that invited you to interact with it, to make it a part of your life. But as the company soared to new heights, not all was smooth sailing for Jobs. Behind the scenes, internal politics were brewing. His demanding leadership style clashed with Apple's growing corporate structure, and in 1985, Jobs was ousted from the very company he had built. Imagine the heartbreak, a visionary, displaced from his own creation. It was a painful setback, but Jobs wasn't done yet. In fact, his journey was just beginning. After leaving Apple, Jobs went on to launch Next, a high-end computer company, and Pixar, an animation studio that would later change the movie industry forever. Meanwhile, Apple floundered. Without Jobs, the company struggled to innovate. By the late 90s, Apple was on the brink of collapse, its product line was stale, and its market share was shrinking rapidly. Then, in 1997, something extraordinary happened. Apple, in its desperate state, bought Next. And with it, they brought back Steve Jobs. His return was nothing short of a miracle. The company he had once built was now struggling for survival, and it was up to Jobs to save it. What followed was nothing less than a tech renaissance. Jobs didn't waste any time. One of his first moves was to create the iMac in 1998. This wasn't just a computer, it was a statement. Bright colors, a transparent design, and a seamless all-in-one package, the iMac was the perfect blend of performance and style. It turned heads, got people talking, and showed the world that Apple was back. The iMac wasn't just a product, it was a revolution in design. But Jobs wasn't finished. He had more tricks up his sleeve. In 2001, Apple introduced the iPod. A portable music player that didn't just play music, but changed the music industry. By seamlessly integrating with iTunes, the iPod made it possible for users to carry thousands of songs in their pockets. It wasn't just a product, it was a new way of experiencing music. Then came the iPhone in 2007. This was no ordinary phone. The iPhone wasn't just about making calls, it was about transforming the way we interacted with technology. With its sleek touch interface, internet connectivity, and multimedia capabilities, the iPhone didn't just change the mobile phone market, it created a whole new one. It was a game changer, setting the stage for Apple to dominate the smartphone industry. And Jobs didn't stop there. He envisioned a seamless ecosystem, where hardware, software, and services worked together in perfect harmony. The App Store, iCloud, Apple Music, and Apple Pay, all of these became key components of the Apple ecosystem. It wasn't just about selling products, it was about creating an experience, one that was interconnected and indispensable. By the time Jobs passed away in 2011, Apple had become the most valuable tech company in the world, and its products were embedded in the fabric of daily life. The iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Apple Watch were now household names, and Apple's influence stretched far beyond tech. It had shaped culture, design, and even the way people thought about the future of technology. Steve Jobs' legacy is one of vision, perseverance, and relentless innovation. He didn't just create a company, he created a movement. His ability to see what others couldn't, his unwavering belief in the power of design, and his commitment to making technology more human are lessons that continue to inspire entrepreneurs and innovators to this day. Jobs showed us that the road to success isn't easy. It's filled with obstacles, challenges, and failures. But it's those who dare to dream big, who dare to push the boundaries of what's possible, who changed the world. Jobs' story is a testament to the power of vision and innovation, and a reminder that, sometimes, the biggest risks lead to the most incredible rewards. Elon Musk and Steve Jobs, two monumental figures in the tech world, have proven one undeniable truth: when you have a clear vision, nothing can stop you. Whether it's in the electric vehicle industry or personal computing, both Musk and Jobs overcame seemingly insurmountable challenges, struggles that would have caused anyone else to give up. They didn't just create revolutionary products, they built empires that transformed entire industries and the way we live, work, and connect with the world around us. Their stories aren't just lessons in perseverance, innovation, and bold decisions, they serve as a powerful reminder that success isn't always a smooth journey. It's often filled with risks, failures, and setbacks, but it's those who dare to dream big and act on their beliefs who truly change the world. From Musk's bold decisions to Jobs' relentless pursuit of innovation, we see that there are no limits for those who dare to dream and take action. These men didn't just disrupt their industries, they changed the world. And their stories are an endless source of inspiration, reminding us that no matter the obstacles on the road, if you believe in yourself and stay committed to your vision, nothing is impossible. Thank you for joining us on this journey with MindMirror Audiobook. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories and valuable lessons to help you grow and turn your dreams into reality.